Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of New to the Game. I'm Christian Malone and I'm so glad to have you today. Today we're making something a little different, a little crazy, a little sexy, maybe a little cool too. Today we're making our crazy, sexy, cool chicken wings.
Check. New to it, but we stay true to it. We'll be pro in no time. New to the game. New to the game. New world to explore. Never been here before, but it feels so right. New to the game. New to the game.
So, we have our chicken wings right here. It is football season, so because it's football season, you're going to be hosting and have people over. Everybody's kind of tired of having the regular barbecue wings, the regular buffalo wings. So today I'm going to show you how to make my crazy, sexy, cool wings inspired by the legendary group TLC. That's why I brought the orange out to match the album. It's also my little dad shirt for the men out there watching the football games. Pick your team early because we don't want switch-ups come the end of the season, all right? So to start off, I have my cast iron skillet. It is heating up. I have some oil in here. It's about a little under halfway filled up. You don't want your oil too high up when you're frying chicken in a pan like this. Now if you have a big deep fry, big pot, of course you want to fill it up so the chicken can fully submerge. But because we're just doing this on the skillet, you want to have it to where a little bit of the top of the chicken is going to cook on the top. Not cook on the top technically. Everything else on the bottom will cook and we'll flip in between times. But to start off, I have my regular chicken wings here. The store had only drums, so for my flats people today they weren't thinking about us today. So we're gonna start off with our dry seasonings. I have Cajun seasoning right here. Maybe a little bit more of that. I have my onion powder, garlic powder, if you're not sneezing, you're not seasoning. All right, I'm gonna add in some black pepper. I'm gonna add in some steak marinade. So typically the marinade is used for steaks, but I'm gonna add a little bit of that just to give a little smoky flavor, just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon or so. Then I have my hot sauce right here. This is crazy, adding in the crazy. Normally put this on top, but we're gonna kind of bake it in to the wings. Have that right there. And then I'm just gonna toss these all together. It's gonna make a nice marinade for the chicken. You want to make sure they're all mixed together evenly. You want everything to look like it is a good mix when you fry the chicken. So me personally, I do not like breaded wings. Me and breaded wings are not best friends. I like mine skin to grease. Skin to grease is how I like them. So that's how we're gonna do them today. So you're just gonna take the chicken straight from the bowl to the pan. Now, before you get to the bowl, make sure that you wash your chicken. I wash mine. A lot of people think washing chicken means adding soap to it. Please, do not wash your chicken with dish soap. I promise you we'll be blowing the bubbles out of our mouth as we're eating the wings, okay? So we have our wings sitting right here. You can let this sit for really as long as you would like, maybe overnight if you want them to be really soaked in on all the seasons put in. I'm just gonna let mine sit for about 15 minutes and then I'm gonna drop them into the oil. All right, so our grease is now hot. A good way to test the grease is to put a wooden spatula in the middle, they say. It's supposed to bubble up. I'm old school, just kind of put your hand over, you know when it's hot enough. But if you're new to the game, try putting the wooden spoon in the middle and you'll see the bubbles floating around that. So, we're gonna take the chicken and I'm gonna lay it in here. Sorry, lay it away from me. And the key to this is to not overcrowd your pan. The more chicken you put in, it's going to bring down the temperature. And once you put the chicken in, of course the oil is going to rise because it's more items in the oil. So that's why you also don't want to fill it up too much, or then you be overflowing and you got a grease fire, and nobody really knows how to put out a grease fire. So it's just best if you don't overcrowd the pan. So right now I have 6 pieces in here. I'm gonna let them cook well on one side, and then I'm gonna flip them over just like that. We're gonna do that for all the pieces of chicken. All right, so our wings are finishing up. Actually, they're finished. So I like to have mine at a nice brown, and with the hot sauce, this can help it get brown. So let me give you a little tip, another tip and trick, tidbit. A wire rack on top of a baking sheet will help your chicken whenever you're taking out the grease to cool a little bit. It's going to help it not get soggy at the bottom with all the grease sitting at the bottom. All the grease is going to drip through the wire rack. Then the baking sheet is going to help catch the grease. And so with that, to me, it started off as a mistake. I'm going to be honest. I got the wire rack and I got the pan separate. Didn't test them out together. And it doesn't really fit. But my life gives you lemons. You make lemon pepper wings. So with this, the grease is going to start to drip on down. It's not going to sit there, it's going to drip down. So, ingenuity. It just comes in the genes. So, we have that done. I'm going to sit this oil to the side. Please don't pour the oil down the sink. It's going to cost you. On down the road, it's going to cost you. So I have in a small pan here. Now we're going to make the CrazySezyCool sauce. So I'm going to turn my pan on low heat, just because I don't want it to get too hot and the sauce to burn. The chicken, as you're cooking that, want to please make sure the chicken is done all the way through, not just on the outside. Make sure it's done. The last thing you need is somebody coming to your house for the football game. They leave with salmonella. They'll talk about you for the rest of your life. I promise you. So I'm going to start off half a stick, room temperature butter. Let that melt on down. Then we're going to add in some hot sauce. This is how buffalo sauce is made. Always mix that together. This is our buffalo sauce. So you could just have, buffalo sauce from the store. That's perfectly fine. Nobody would judge you. Nobody would really know. So this is our crazy. That's the first part of our crazy. Second part of our crazy, a little bit of lemon juice. Just a tad. Then we're going to add in our sexy honey. Honey's just a little, I'm not saying honey is sexy, but that's what we're going to use that for this. Add a little honey. So basically what we're making is a hot honey lemon pepper wing. Mix that all together. I'm just going to make sure this is all mixed in together. I'm going to take my bowl. This bowl is clean. Well, these tongs, clean. Make sure that you're cleaning everything as you're using chicken, raw meat. Make sure everything is clean thoroughly. I'm going to add these wings into here. Just like that. Then I'm going to add a couple shakes, not too much, of lemon pepper. seasoning. That right there, just gonna set it off. All right, everything is blended nicely. I did add a little bit more hot sauce for my own personal taste. I like spicier foods. If you don't like as much spice, you don't have to add as much. Take that, right over our wings, just like that. Then all we do is toss the wings in the sauce. I don't like very saucy wings. I don't like them dripping, you know, soaking wet. Just a nice coating on them. That's it right there. Now it's time for the cool. So the cool is gonna be a little different. If you normally dip your wings in ranch, this won't be any different. But cool is just a little bit of ranch seasoning. When I say a little bit, I mean like a sneeze. Let's be sneeze. Just a sneeze. On top of that, there we have our crazy, sexy, cool chicken wings. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this show, this series. I want you to keep watching, so make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's a little button right under here that says subscribe. Click that. While you're down there, go ahead and click the bell. This will be a bell icon. Click that. It's going to notify you every time we have a new video come out. We have videos coming out weekly, so we want to see you next week. Thank you.